Welcome to the Keep Your Love On series. I'm Danny Silk, author of the book, Keep Your Love On. I spent the majority of my life working with people in all kinds of relationships, with couples, families, and even with CEOs of major companies. Because I love people and I love healthy relationships. Helping people get connected and stay connected is what I do. Keep Your Love On is a message about being powerful and making powerful decisions in every relationship you have. In this first section, I'll highlight the difference between powerful people and powerless people, as well as the environment created by these two very different styles. I'll also give you helpful tools to become a powerful person, even when dealing with powerless people. I hope you enjoy this series. I want to start with talking about powerful and powerless people. One of the essentials to learning how to have a healthy relationship is understanding that you are a powerful, responsible person. And as long as you will engage that, then you have much more success in creating one of the basic functions of a relationship, and that is to connect with this other person. But when you step away from being a powerful person, you begin to give yourself permission to be irresponsible. You begin to give yourself permission to end up shifting the responsibility to somebody else because you're not powerful. If you look at some of the most basic of relationships, such as a relationship with God, we know that the movement of God towards us as somebody that he loves and somebody that he desires relationship with is found in the language of, I choose you. You didn't choose me, I chose you. Now, what that does is it puts responsibility into the power structure of a relationship. When God himself is saying, I choose you, nobody's managing his side of the relationship but him. In turn, the question would be, do you choose me? And that's what forms a bond. That's what forms a relationship, is we have two powerful people at work. Now, sometimes we get these combinations of folks that they generate a dynamic that is going to undermine this connection. Now, to begin with, sometimes we end up with powerless person meets powerless person. Two powerless people. When you get two powerless people in a relationship, the anxiety dynamic increases tremendously because neither person feels responsible for anything that's happening. No, I'm not responsible for what's happening. You're responsible, and the other person's doing the same thing. And so now my job isn't about managing myself towards you. The problem is now, how do I get you to do what I want you to do so I can be happy? So when powerless meets powerless, we end up with a controlling relationship. We end up with two people who are trying to control each other. Neither one of them are working on controlling themselves. And then we have the option of a powerful person meets a powerless person. Now, the powerful person believes that they're responsible for themselves and what they bring to the relationship, but they also believe that they're responsible for the other person. And the other person believes that too. The powerless person believes, you are responsible for my happiness, you're responsible for my misery, you're responsible for everything. You're responsible for yours and mine. And now what we begin to produce is a dependent relationship. Now we've created someone who will take the blame for the other person's irresponsibility and somebody who will really try hard to make that other person happy, which is impossible. I don't control your happiness. I don't control your happiness. I don't control your anger. I don't control anything about you. But people who are in a relationship where one person is powerless and one person is powerful, they feed the dynamic of, I'm the only one responsible for the two of us. But when we have powerful meets powerful, now what we have is two individuals who have decided, I will manage me, and I will respect your choice to manage you. I will move towards you. I will choose you. I require the same from you. I require you to manage your half of us, while I will manage my half of us. You can hear the voice of powerful and powerless people. Powerless people are in kind of a I'll try mode. I'll try. Well, are you going to do this or not? Well, I'll try to do it. I'll try to. I mean, imagine the preacher's got the couple in front of him. Do you promise to do this and to do that and to do this and to that? And there's a big hearty, I'll try. Yeah, I'll try. Yeah, that doesn't work at all. That is asking for permission out of responsibility. A powerless person is also going to have to do everything or can't do something. I have to. Well, I guess if I have to. Well, I have to do this. I have to cook dinner. Well, I have to take care of the kids. Well, I have to go, I have to go spend time with my whoever. Okay, well, if you have to, then that means something is pushing you. Something is in charge of you besides you. When you can't do this or you can't do that, it means something out here is more powerful than your can do. So the powerless person their very speech is describing what they believe to be true. The powerful person, the powerful voice is the I will, I can. I will do that. I can commit. I not only can commit, I do commit. I commit myself to choose you. I commit myself to do things that I may not feel like doing, but they're part of the agreement of taking care of this relationship. I will, I can. I don't have to do anything. I choose to do it. There isn't some force, there's no external force that is making me do my life. I'm making choices to take care of our relationship. I'm making choices to clean up my relational messes. I can and I will.
We went through a lot of this material before we got married, and then sitting here today, 4 months into our marriage, hearing it again, it's easy to see, how that really set us up for success, I think.
One thing that I love about Danny Silk's curriculum is the powerless and powerful people, and I just really think how important it is to take responsibility for your side of things, and that just really resonated with me because I can sometimes pull back, and so to just always know that the right thing to do, the godly thing to do, is to keep going forward and knowing that my choice, no matter what happens, no matter what my circumstances are, is to go forward and love you, how I promised I would love you.
Powerless people use powerless language. You can hear the words that are rolling out of their life. They are experiencing a lot of anxiety because something out there is way more powerful than who's in here. And so the fear, they are looking for control in relationships. They are looking for somebody to rescue them from their lives. They're looking for somebody to take the blame because that's what they will be doing. They will be pointing the blame. You're the reason my life's in this shape. You're the reason I feel this way. You're the reason why I'm scared all the time. You're the reason I don't trust. You're the reason. And so the powerless cycle of working with somebody who decides to be powerless or has been trained to be powerless, this person is they're looking for a way out of their relational responsibility. And so the way that you get out of it is you take on the mentality that you're a victim. Now, victims have a unique worldview, and that worldview is powerlessness. It's unique in that it's something they can do something about, but they, for whatever reason, have worn this identity of powerlessness. Now, every victim needs a bad guy. You can have a bad guy. In order for this victim thing to work, you have to be able to have a bad guy. So as soon as you find yourself searching for a bad guy, it's because of them. It's because of you. It's because of my parents. It's because of who I married. It's because of that child of mine. It's because of my boss. It's because of somebody. Then what you've done is you decided to empower the bad guy with your power. You've taken your power and you've put it on the bad guy. The bad guy's powerful, I'm powerless. Now this begins the triangle. Triangulation is this cycle of irresponsibility, really. It's the cycle of choosing to take the personal power I have and set it on someone else. You are now the powerful bad guy in my life. Now, as you recruit or appoint a bad guy, you will now begin to attract a rescuer. See, every victim needs a rescuer. Every victim needs a rescuer. So as soon as you create a bad guy, somebody who cares about you, somebody who loves you. This happens in families all day long. This happens in workplaces all day long. This happens in friendships. Like, oh, they. Oh. And as soon as you do that, boom, super rescuer puts on their cape and flies into your situation. And they are here now to bring justice. The victim hires the rescuer, and the rescuer goes after the bad guy. I show you that I love you by taking on your relational conflict, by taking on whoever you've blamed as the bad guy. It's because I love you. I'll go talk to him. I'll go give him a piece of my mind. I'll send the email. I'll call him. I'll tell him what's up. That's what I do. That's what a friend does right there. Well, this is the process of relational irresponsibility. This begins to remove a person, the so-called victim, removes them from the opportunity or even the challenge of making responsible choices. As soon as I can convince everybody around me that I'm powerless and the bad guy's powerful, I need somebody else who's powerful, the rescuer, to go deal with them. There are no bad guys. All right? There's people I have conflict with. There's people I have disagreements with. There are people who've made poor choices. There are even evil people in the world. There are. But if I'm in a relationship with even an evil person, let's just say, as soon as I realize that I'm a victim, as soon as I realize this relationship is abusive, as soon as I realize this irresponsibility is out of control in our relationship, as soon as I realize that, I'm powerful. I'm now powerful. And it's now time for me to make some decisions. I have some decisions to make. if I perpetuate the powerless victim model, even after I have realized I'm being victimized, I move from being a victim, now knowing I have a choice, I move from being a victim to being a volunteer. I'm now a volunteer because now I choose this behavior that this person's giving me. I've chosen to stay in this cycle and to not communicate, not set limits, not manage myself. I continue to blame you for the condition of my life. Powerful people are not going to assume the position of victim. Powerful people can actually require other people's respect. I require respect in our relationship. I require that you respect what I think, what I feel, and what I need. And I've created some processes of getting those needs met. But I don't live in an ongoing abusive or irresponsible relationship. There'll be a limit set. There'll be some behaviors coming from me that disallow that abusive cycle. Powerful people have no bad guys. Powerful people refuse to be victims. I'll let you know what I'm going to do with me. I don't know what you're going to do with you, but I do know what I'm going to do with me. I'm a powerful person. I'll tell me what to do, and I'll do it. We've created a very different dynamic than triangulation because the powerful person does not recruit a rescuer, does not assign blame to a bad guy. They're going to manage themselves, give good information, set limits, and we'll see what you do with this, because I don't really know what you're going to do with it. Powerful people know that on a good day, the best chance they have of controlling someone else is no chance at all. I don't control other people. On a really good day, I can tell me what to do, and I'll obey me. I'll let me boss me around, and I'll actually do it. And that would be my greatest hope for controlling someone, is controlling me. This is important because in chapter 1, we really talk about the power of choice. You have to fight for the power of choice. It's yours. I remember on our wedding day, Bill Johnson, the pastor that married us, he asked me, he says, "Do you choose Sherry?" And when I said, "I do," that was a choice that began to come back to me throughout the rest of our relationship. Do you choose her? I didn't end up married. I chose marriage. I chose being married to her. And every day since that day, I have the same opportunity to choose Sherry. And sometimes when we're disconnected, I have to remind myself, I chose Sherry. But she's scary and she hurt me. I don't control her. And I chose her. And so I keep my love on and I move towards her while we mend or reconnect whatever it was that we lost.
We've been married 25 years, and I think after that long you get into roles that you play, and in some extent you get into a rut, and it just is the direction you go. So I think some of the material that's presented just changes that. There's a different view, a different kind of mental model to look at. And the thing that I'm trying to bring first is those points of connections. I want 10,000 points of connection. And a lot of that's changing how we communicate too, not just the cliche and not just the fact, but actually looking for every opportunity to have another point of connection in a feeling or emotional level.
a lot of it was really being empowered to take responsibility for what's going on. You know, it's easy to, when things happen, to think, oh my gosh, you know, either fix blame or to explain it away, when really you have more power in how you react to certain situations. I think that was a very important part.
Powerful people bring to the table the very best of who they are. Being powerful means you're able to say yes when you mean yes and no when you mean no. It isn't about being the loudest or strongest person in the room. It's about knowing how to manage yourself towards your goal. Remember, the best relationships are when two powerful individuals partner together with the goal of connection.